Hello, here's yet another game in the Polish League 2023. My opponent, Arek Sitkowski, the organizer. I am not happy with this hand. Blockade and both D cards mean I'll have to space one, get rid of the other one, and let them both be returned. Or maybe I should start with one of these I'm not taking West Germany openings. Because if I'm perched, this hand simply becomes unmanageable. The goal is a problem, of course. Because, well, if not West Germany, it would be advisable to take France. My headline is going to be captured Nazi. If I take France, I could space the goal, but is this advisable? Hmm. Hard to say. So if I play blockade and leave West Germany empty, take it later. What then? Space decal hold distal, or otherwise if I'm perched. Okay, I'm gonna go for this approach. Not really sure where the last point should go. Maybe to West Germany. In this case, I can afford protecting two things at once. To West Germany, because if I'm not perched, I think I can go classically and just fill West Germany. But this was a very puzzling starting hand. I really wonder what players like Ziemowit or Sankt would have played if they were in my shoes. Fiddle, not too harmful for me. Okay, so this access is gone and probably for good. Oof. Therefore, I need this access. If he coups Lebanon Haiti, I should counter coup, but I don't have two good cards to counter. However, of course, blockade ones can serve for such purpose. So the goal must go soon because he eventually gained access to France. Sorry. And now I only have 4 ops more to play. I need to score Europe, and I probably need to perform a coup. And I guess I need to perform a coup now. And regretfully, this wasn't good enough. So I guess it's all into Europe now. I mean, I'm lost in Middle East. Suez or successful Arab-Israeli war cut me off. Okay, let's aim to stay in the Middle East at least so that he can't cut my access off there. Decol and Europe scoring, well, Decol space Europe played, and this is regardless of what happens. Middle East looks crippling, but at least I shouldn't be easily completely cut off from there. Asia doesn't look good as well. Yep. Okay then. Damn it. All right. With this hand, I think I'm not going to keep CIA in the deck at all costs. Middle East, the only region to be scored. Domination is worth only 2 points compared to presence, but presence is worth 3. So I need to be present there. Nothing else really worth headlining. Not the worst hand ever, but of course problematic. Okay, so Arab-Israeli war, I think it is. I mean, if I gain the access there, he has his Milops anyway. I'm expecting containment in the last action round. He doesn't have two good coup targets. I mean, South Africa is the only one degrading DEFCON, so I may maybe play a little bit around this. And a high roll is something I definitely needed. What's my hold card? It's a good question. Maybe Suez Crisis. Or socialist governments, because it would be annoying to see it headlined. NATO is my only good card to perform a haiku. And Iran doesn't offer good odds anyway. On the other hand, do I really need to perform haikus? Once again, what did you have there? Containment, Comicon just played, Warsaw Pact, NORAD, special relationship. Korean War. Nothing special. Okay, let's try and play a little here. We have an hour per game, not an hour and a half. And I should be careful about it. But my opponent has less time than I do. So I'm going to wait for his special relationship to Suez Crisis, because then it becomes resolvable, even if he doesn't touch Israel. Yeah, this is nice. So now Nasser comes with greater effect, but I get Libya in return. Egypt coup may of course come with greater effect, but well. Ah, I certainly don't like what I saw here. Ah, but okay, in this case, Suez Crisis is more or less playable. So let's first take care of some stuff here. I can't really do much in Middle East. The best I can do is to try to avoid being being cut off. So what I should take care of is preserving domination in Europe and preserving not being dominated in Asia. Getting rid of Suez should serve this purpose, and whilst holding socialist governments, of course. As of Arab-Israeli war, it all depends on whether I need these two ops or not. I mean, the decision of spacing it or not, but I think spacing is really not the most urgent thing to do. Okay, so I need Indonesia, one more in Thailand, that's for sure, and maybe just taking Burma. The main calculation is whether I need two or more ops in Asia, but I think I need more. Mm-hmm. And I won't be able to take Canada, but putting one in Canada from Cambridge 5 may be advisable, just in case Marshall Plan comes to my hand. Not that NORAD is very helpful on this particular board. Oh yeah, containment, I have 3 ops now. And overprotection of Syria is certainly a blunder. Okay, so 1 Thailand, 1 retake France, and yeah, 1 Canada. But seriously, overprotection Syria? I didn't get Marshall, but I got Deco, Red Scare, and Vietnam revolts. I think I'm gonna make use of 2 space attempts this turn, but let's start with purging him. Alternatively, I could have headlined special relationship. Take Canada and just make use of NORAD, but I don't think this would be advisable. Now, if Distal didn't return to his hand, that's the whole stuff is not the end of the world. I mean, he still doesn't have good coup targets, and if he leaves DEFCON as it is, I may coup, but Comicon looks the only reasonable card to do so. Hmm. Of course, I also lack good coup targets, except maybe from Panama. Okay, Panama and Algeria are both quite decent, and Panama looks somewhat more important. He's cooking and he's degrading DEFCON. Alright then. Let's then take Algeria. Of course, the distal question about Comic-Con is quite moot because he has places to grab influence from anyway. Iran, for example, maybe the stupid Syria. Romania is also an option. Finland, Austria. Maybe with West Germany and France I'd be hesitant if I were in his shoes. Well, about Syria, of course, now it's intakeable, other than by brush war, I think. Without this over control, I could try an ops war. But it's 2 VPs in the region which is mostly in favor for USSR anyway. Specials should go to Angola and Mexico to enable spreading. I think this is preparation for Marshall Plan, but could as well be for Europe scoring. This is why I took from Romania to enable at least temporary domination. He's certainly aiming to waste my Marshall potential. And he may succeed in doing so. Maybe one should have been put in Spain, Portugal. I'm getting rid of really playable cards. That's a nuisance. I mean, cards worth using ops. Decol and socialist governments are out of discussion, so US, Japan, and Vietnam revolts are those. Well, let's get rid of the scoring, just to see what happens further. Because I may be... Okay, Asia scored now. I don't really like what I see here on the VP track. But well, with US Japan, I think I'll have to take Canada, Zaire, and oh, ouch. Ah, good, he didn't. Succeed. because the VP track would start looking miserable. Mhm. Okay, then Vietnam revolts. Start fighting for Africa now. -8 after the early war. Not very happy about it, but well. Okay, Europe scoring grain sales to Soviets quite early. This is a good news. Also a good news that I control both Che and Willy Brandt. Bad news, I still have too many bad cards. Well, grain sailing is good enough anyway. Of course, DEFCON is probably not an issue, so I don't need to grab the China card at all costs. Shuttle diplomacy also not really an issue. Oh, colonial rearguards, and I grabbed ABM treaty from him. Wow. So now we are talking about some good luck. And I think I don't really have good coup targets with DEFCON at 4, so I'm going to use ABM treaty for ops and just coup Panama. Degrading DEFCON to 2. The coup could have scored somewhat better, but wow, giving me colonial rare cards, what a crappy hand must he have. I don't really understand this move. I mean, you have ABM treaty in hand and you headline colonial rare cards being USSR? I don't understand, and he just showed that he would not try to explain. So I think, dear watchers, you have to just count on whatever you would like to figure out yourself. Hmm. Now what? Shuttle diplomacy and APM treaty. Sorry, APM treaty and DEFCON at 4. But Salt active, so even if he pumps DEFCON to 5, he shouldn't be able to grab Italy from me. So I think I'm gonna score Europe now and just wait what happens here. Allende looks now a candidate for a hold card. Socialist governments probably self-reparable. NORAD. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, lack of good targets for NORAD, but sooner or later I may need this one more battleground. Okay, this couldn't have been helped. Where should I have over control? Maybe West Germany, just to be able to play Willy Brandt freely. without the need of doing anything else in the same action round. Still, I have to take Zaire and don't really have some meaningful targets for the remaining point. Maybe just put 2 here to make sure he doesn't flip it. So now Africa looks good. South America looks empty. Central America could be better, but not tragic. Asia, miserable, but not too much, and scored. Middle East, tragic, but scored. Southeast Asia, great. He's gonna hold 1 card because salt was a reply to my grain sales. But I think he was very lucky and wasted a very huge amount of this luck. So space. Socialist government space. If I'm unable to space twice, socialist government self-repairing. That's somewhat nasty. But I should be dominating Africa even if he takes South Africa, which should cost him some time. So maybe first let's give a shot at Botswana. I meant then I could realign. I think Alliance for Progress realigning Cuba ASAP is the best possible approach. I'm delaying spacing because 1, Kennedy may happen. 2, Che may become useless. I mean, if he now coups Saharan states, I'm going to just trigger Che, let it go, and then pump things. But it looks like he had Africa, actually. It also looks like I should give him Soskovs. I need 1 point in Africa to make it dominated. So if he has Africa, he has no time to repair it if I go to Cameroon. So I just won't repair socialist governments to their full extent because I don't need to retake West Germany right now. After all, Truman has not been removed yet. And yes, he had Africa, so this was a good call, which only cost me the spacing stuff. So Central America, South America, Southeast Asia left to be scored. Both Americas quite volatile. Southeast Asia in my hand and Junta in my hand. I'm not going to play Missile Envy because it's an unnecessary risk. Duck and cover, and we will bury you. Just it's just unnecessary to risk it this way, simply because I think this game should be close to winnable right now. I really would like to see it in the reversed order. Okay, let's go here to have a better shot against Allende. And of course, let's degrade Defcon, even if it grabs me. And makes it impossible to use NORAD once again. Brush war event against Argentina, I suppose. Yes, and regretfully, it was successful. So, I have to start some extreme actions. And I must do it right now. Of course, Mexico is volatile a little, but realignments there should be in my favor. With Chile taken, almost, I think I no longer have to be concerned about Mr. Allende. So if he takes Chile, I just play Allende to take Venezuela, resulting in a tie in South America. Central America scores 2 for him, and if it starts scoring 4, I won't really be able to do things about it. But I need Milops anyway, so okay, this worked quite well. I think Missile Envy or our man in Tehran are good candidates for holding, especially if OPEC spacing succeeds. But in this case, if I want to event our man in Tehran, which could be worse actually, I haven't seen several cards I'd like to see. I can't give you Venezuela, that's for sure. Okay, Missile Envy isn't that important. Our man in Tehran is more important. I think so. But still not the biggest deal ever. If I play it for ops, I mean, it's very speculative as an event. So this was cashed in. I think he doesn't have Central America scoring because he just had a good moment to score it. Okay, let's get rid of this one. All the rest may remain. In this case, I may even play Allende. Just hold on OPEC. I mean, of course, I'd like to space OPEC and see his headline, but I think it could be worth more to just grab stuff in the only non-scored region, I mean Central America. Okay, Central America is the only non-scored region, so I may discard 2 cards, not risking drawing 2 scorings. And I think this goes to Mexico with over control because he has a coup. That's a good hand. I mean, mostly manageable and playable, but also not a tragic one if I get quagmired, let's say. And if I am somehow able to play We Will Bury You followed by UN intervened Korean War, well, the worst that can happen, I guess, in short terms, is that he quagmires me and then takes Mexico. Okay, so Usuri is somewhere around. Nixon is in the discards, but still present in the deck. Voice of America. I think it's not worth keeping it in the deck. I mean, I should play it, of course. Cool with a disto. But no rat, my friend. Uh, I mean, once I grab Egypt, it's a perfect shot at Panama, Colombia, and Libya. Now Warsaw Pact formed. Better now than later. Now he just takes Poland. Okay, that's okay, more or less. But if I ever aim to attack Europe later, I am in a great position to do so. Of course, he snatched my European domination simply by the number of countries, but he has Comic-Con played, he has Warsaw Pact played, and he has only 4 in both East Germany and Poland. And it's just turn 6. So Is a single East European unrest, even not boosted by its late war rule change, can be quite crippling for him. I think I'll trigger Sadat, even taking into account that he has still not activated Muslims. They are somewhere there. Because I want to follow it up with hmm, yeah, some things have to come first. I need Milops anyway. I know, he can now flip Nigeria, making it yet another target for the Voice of America. He's realigning, and he played Bear Trap. Okay, in this case, what do you want to discard with the Bear Trap? Because in this case, I feel it could be worth to coup Colombia. Hmm. Maybe now play Voice of America followed by some strong attack. Oh, what could be attacked? North Korea, maybe. Yeah, the Voice of America, followed by NATO into North Korea. Maybe let's even leave this Panama. Whoa, 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 no, no, no. The event, of course, yes. Let's just have it reduced for a while, but if he fails to escape on his first attempt, which he did not, mhm. Yeah, of course he had good stuff to get rid of. And he may prepare some quagmire against me now. I can't really help this one. Where should I focus then? Maybe Chile. When in doubt, enter the open battleground. Libya and Saudi Arabia also met the requirements. Okay, in this case I let the war go. And just try to snatch the domination, which failed. I don't like it. I really don't like it. Okay, Asia scoring is not gonna get any better. I'm thankful that I got Quagmire. Does he have any discarders in case of overvalue? Oh no. Never mind, this has to be suffered anyway. I'm glad that he didn't roll a 6. I really am. Możesz brać. Możesz kończyć. Kitchen debates still not active. Okay. But if he has Brezhnev doctrine active, I think this is not the worst thing that could happen. If I more or less reduce the turn to the back and forth queuing one. Paying, of course, a special attention to Central America, because this is the only non-scored region yet. But if it stops being accounted for, well, how about Colombia? Okay, but now I'm still one coup away from snatching the domination. How I learned isn't worth triggering. Cambridge 5 is worth playing last. Too early for terrorism, so yeah, I can space Quagmire and just let We Will Bury You hold. More importantly, I can wait with this decision until the last action round. Not that it's a big deal now. Whew, good enough to keep him busy for a while longer. I'm thinking about breaking Cuba, but this renders me vulnerable to Ortiga. Okay, so he finally scored it. So I think I can give him the information about the Cambridge 5. Because I want to wait with NATO. And anyway, realign Cuba, which is simply very important. I mean, Cuban Missile Crisis is now devastating for him if I play it the next turn. And I reached the picket headline space. I really appreciate it. But we are turning to the late war, and this is still a very close game. It looks like it was tilting towards the victory of the USA, which I am commanding. But OPEC, Middle East, and stuff like this and surprise may come. Okay, now I'm going to wait for what he has to offer before probably playing Missile Envy. Colonials, of course, they look nice because they can give me the access to South Africa back. Socialist governments. Okay, so let's counter it with Missile Envy. Just to make him... I mean, he can't follow taking two from France up with grabbing France entirely. Okay, I'm not getting NORAD today. I must be hesitant with spacing anything else than We Will Bury You, but We Will Bury You actually doesn't look bad as a space race candidate. Influence. It's funny. looks like he had Europe scoring. Maybe I should just play We Will Bury You. Okay, I'm giving up 3 VPs, but I'm getting NORAD, regaining domination in Europe. I have a Glasnost to use for a coup later. But first colonial rearguards, then Glasnost, maybe coup Angola. Haiti? I believe it's not time to play in Central America. Just to have access to Egypt in case he plays Marine Barracks bombing. All of a sudden, Glasnost, all of a sudden, Junta looks a good hold card. I believe I need to take it. Africa gives me 7 and won't give more. Probably is going to give less. I mean, I assume he now just takes South Africa. Huh, he didn't. Okay, so I'm gonna grab 7. The next thing to do, regain domination in Europe. Maybe not directly next. Okay, let's give this war a chance. Successfully. Where are the Muslims? In the discard. So AWACS may be played directly into Saudi Arabia. Not that I need it. Okay, shall I give it to him? No. Okay, goodbye AWACS. Portuguese Empire crumbles. If it crumbles right now, not a big deal. And let's just keep him busy in Poland so that my last action round is going to be Junta to Argentina, followed by Colombia coup. Leaving South America completely empty, I mean with no single country controlled by USSR, even if I roll a 1 against Colombia, this is true. If I roll anything higher, this is true against my domination. Middle East is the only scoring I would not like to see. but it's not even terribly difficult to handle. Or maybe I should go Argentina. Ah, let's follow our previous plan. +1 for the lack of mill-ups. Plus I got War Games and Red Scare and Marshall Plan. Not really useful now. And Europe scoring and whatnot. And Old Bridge Ames remix against me. So I think I'm going to say goodbye to War Games and not win the game right now. But I also think with Red Scare Perch, even without War Games, I'm gonna give him a tough time here. First of all, he must discard War Games. He then cannot really coup, because then I put Norad into Poland. But if he doesn't, I may start Ops War against Poland. He cannot really stop it, because he doesn't have a 4-op. The most he can put in Poland is 3 in a single action. He may start putting in Poland right now, leaving me the battleground coup. And okay, the Voice of America doesn't work in Poland. And this is probably the best he can do. Still, I had the option to go to Denmark and Brussels and Benelux right after this. I don't have to event Marshall Plan, and I will not event Marshall Plan, I guess. Iran-Contra Scandal, if played in the last action round, is completely painless. Che is just a space race candidate. Oh my, this Norad is going to hit him really under these circumstances. I mean, Norad is now the key behind the fact that he probably cannot coup and save Europe from my domination at the same time. And this is regardless of how many 4-ops he has. But he is coughing. Wow. He also can take both Argentina and Chile. So he can't even reply with dominating South America. Being perched, he has to over-control Brazil, really, if he doesn't want to have his access cut off due to the Voice of America. I think it might have been somewhat uncomfortable for him to see such a hand. Okay, let's snatch his access from here. I'm gonna be merciless in making use of my advantage due to Red Scare and one of the best hands I could even imagine. I don't think I'm gonna trigger Iron Lady, because 1 VP, okay, it may be deciding at this stage of the game, but well, I think I'm gonna win it in the final scoring. Unless, of course, I get Long Gunman and get terrorized prior to the final scoring. Mm. Nothing really more to fight for in Middle East. Maybe even this Lebanon wasn't necessary, but okay. I may even admit that you had deserved this amount of good luck. Things to remember. First, I don't have Milops. Second, the Iron Lady is now completely pointless for anything like Argentina influence. Terrorizing me. Chair. Okay. I don't have Milops, so I should grab Milops. And this is right before your final play, so I don't believe you can do much harm here. But of course, if you don't have the scoring, feel free to realign me. I feel better after this terrorism, because now I don't believe there is even a theoretical chance that I could lose by DEFCON if I don't make a crucial mistake myself. So, we are reaching turn 10. Is it going to be the final one, or are we going to have the final scoring? I got Long Gunman. I also got grain sales to Soviets. I just wait for him to play. I don't think he can force me to play Long Gunman, but just to be on the safe side, I think I will play Long Gunman myself in the headline. If it's safe, after seeing what he has to show. Soviets shut down coal. Okay. So this is not gonna be safe to play the Long Gunman. So grain sales to Soviets it is. Star Wars. Okay, so I think I'm gonna play the event to copy war games. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the unique opportunity to see the game won by war games in the headline phase. This simply isn't happening usually. Thank you for watching and see you next time.